Mentioned how Felipe Liborio does the work he's got to do. You know, when you're a defensive midfielder, a lot of people say you're the motor of the team. You do the dirty work. Lots of times the work you do can go unnoticed. Let's talk about Abraham Villon. He's that player for the LA Force, and he had a very good performance the other night against Chattanooga FC at Covina Valley District Field. And at times you want to say that Abraham Villon pretty much can be that X factor for the LA Force. There's times where he looks great. He's awesome with his footwork. He can be very cheeky. He knows he's got the vision. He's exactly who you want manning your midfield. But we also got to point out there's times where his emotions can get the best of him. This is a game where he's really got to be focused and be that leader on the pitch for the Force.
Agreed. Villon has to be locked in tonight. His emotions can get the better of him, but we've seen the amount of skill that he has, and he's a pest out there. He's like a flea out there, and he just gets under people's skin, and he tries to play maybe a little bit of head games with players and his opponent. But he's so fantastically skilled that usually he can get away with it, and he's been doing it for a long time. He's been MVP at the lower league level before. He knows how to get it done in big-time situations. He's a big-time player for this team, and he is that motor for LA Force.
Now, when previewing, when talking about this game, let's just, step into things like strategy. What are the keys to victory? We all know that LA Force is going to have to keep possession as much as they can. They're also going to have to, be ready to burn Cal United on the counterattacks as well, too. But aside from any of these things that we're talking about, there also needs to be the situation. The LA Force have also got to find themselves taking shots on goal from outside the penalty area, testing Jean-Antoine. Sometimes there's been plenty of times this season where you look at the LA Force, and with the amount of possession they have, you see the lack of shots, you ask yourself, is this team just trying to find that perfect goal? I mean, what's the deal? They got to be more risky. They got to take more chances.
Yeah, agreed. LA Force needs to be risky here today and needs to take its chances.
Kickoff is coming up soon, but first, the playing of the national anthem.
But first, a moment of silence for a lost LA Force family member. Please join us in honoring our country and the brave men and women of all of our armed forces, all of our veterans of service, as we play our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
We are moments away from kickoff. This is NISA Soccer Action, live on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Art Sakari along with Dennis Pope. Dennis, are you ready for the SoCal Derby?
I'm excited. This is going to be a good one. I think both teams want to score some goals today. I think we're going to see some goals today. I'm looking forward to it.
Like I was saying earlier, everyone knows Cal United lately is pretty much the team to beat in NISA Soccer. But when it comes to rivalries, you throw the records out the window. But I think it's also worth pointing out, with the LA Force being the underdog, I think at times this is a role they've got to like, because there's no pressure. The pressure today clearly is on Cal United. But we also need to point out that LA Force is in need of those huge 3 points to move up in the standings.
Yeah, they're right now in 4th place in the West, like we saw in the standings. They need points, and they need them fast. Cal United can, stand to gamble with some points right now with a big lead. But they're going to want to put on a performance in their final game before they take their break. They're going to want to see some key pieces step up and play big roles, and they certainly don't want to give any ground to LA Force in this game. So LA Force very much the underdog, and likely will try and embrace that role to try and get some points out of today.
Another matchup to focus on, the matchup of the goalkeepers. These are always exciting. For Cal United, you got Jean-Antoine, you mentioned him before, the Haitian sensation, and also for the LA Force, Brandon Gomez. And these two keepers know each other pretty well from their NPSL days. Brandon Gomez was playing for Orange County FC. Jean-Antoine at that time was playing for Albion San Diego, or at that time, they're known as Albion Soccer Club. Names have changed a bit. It's hard to keep track of sometimes, but we do what we got to do.
And Antoine's really come into his own this season, especially lately, like we mentioned, with the 4 consecutive shutouts going into the day's game. He's just really been that stopper in the back that the club has needed in crucial moments. He's come up with big saves, and NISA's highlighted his saves on a number of occasions. He made a double save on the road. That's been one of the highlights of the league this season. And so he's really stepped up his play, stepped up into a leadership role with this club, and the club has taken his performances and transformed them into wins time and time again. They're 5-1-0 at home this season, unbeaten at home, turned this place into a fortress. So I expect more big-time saves from Jean-Antoine today. He's got such a great name.
Definitely can't disagree there. And as this game starts, what do you expect from both teams? So, I mean, from the standpoint of Cal United, they're ready to go for goal. They want to get things started off. They want to get off to that perfect start. For the standpoint of the LA Force, I think they're going to want to slow things down a bit. And yes, would it be nice to find an early goal? Absolutely. But for some reason, I can't see LA Force giving up an early goal 2 games in a row. Remember, it was just a few days ago, 2nd minute of the match, led in a goal to Marcus Naglestad of Chattanooga FC. That was not the start they wanted, and surely this is not the game to have that happen again.
Nope, they're very much a counter-attacking team. They're going to try and pick their moment. Cal United is going to look for possession. They want to set the tempo in this match.
And we are underway. The 2 center backs, we see Aiden Bowers and Xavier Fuerte. Liborio switching the field. Now the other way, LA Force. It's Samuel Goni, always dangerous. Not a surprise that he finds Abraham Villon. Abraham Villon did take a tumble. Referee said play on, electing to play the advantage. Got to say, a little surprising there. Would have expected the whistle to be blown. But this referee is going to let these boys play.
At least early on, yeah. He wants to see how high the level's going to be and how physical the game will be early on before he starts blowing his whistle.
Shinya Cadono plays it back to Leonel Alvarenga. Felipe Liborio moves the ball to the outside, to the right back, Kevin Garcia Lopez. Look for him to create trouble for the Force. He's got plenty of speed on that right side of the field.
And he also knows Rivas well from their time at LA Wolves. Rivas is going to have to shake hands with a lot of fellas on Cal United after this game is done.
Early on, we could see the LA Force not wanting to give up much space. It's very early. Of course, Don Ebert, head coach of Cal United, knows what he wants from his guys. Shinya Cadono was unable to keep possession. How will the LA Force regroup? Kavi Kashani playing as the right back. He's able to find Samuel Goni. So far, a little bit of the pressure, the pressing appearing to be a problem for LA Force. Alexander Ramos unable to keep possession, but does end up winning a throw-in for the LA Force.
Yeah, so far just checking each other out, trying to play a couple balls in, sideline, touchline action, see if they can get in behind.
Andrew Benitez had it for a moment. Once again, it's Alexander Ramos playing as the left back. And now we can see the 2 defensive midfielders, Andrew Benitez and Cyril Reyes de Oliveira. They definitely will have their hands full tonight against this talented Cal United team.
It's definitely a different formation from LA Force than we saw on Wednesday night. They're playing 2, 3, 4 players forward, whereas early in the week it was just Samuel Goni.
Kavi Kashani. You gotta like so far this LA Force team not looking like they're in a hurry. They look comfortable, and from the standpoint of head coach Leon Scharf, this is what he wants to see.
Challenging, getting in.
And a good job from Eduardo De Faria to step up, creating the turnover. Samuel Goni, he had Eduardo on the overlap. Instead, the ball comes to Kavi Kashani with the cross. Not much danger. Cadona with a touch. Now it's Tony Lopez. He's definitely been a bright spot for Cal United, a very experienced midfielder. And Gustavo Villalobos, very good first touch. Anytime you get the ball to Villalobos, a lot of good things could happen. He plays it back to Lopez. Now it's Gonzalo Salguero. Still Salguero. Natalie Borio. Looking to chip the ball into the LA Force penalty area. Actually went off the head of the official. Obviously that was not planned.
Yep. Referee blows the whistle as he should. Stop play.
And of course, can't be surprised. You have some of the LA Force players not too thrilled with what they just saw. But these are things you just got to roll with.
A recently newish rule here. He's going to drop it for both teams. No, for Cal United to play back.
And rightfully so from Felipe Liborio. He does play it back to Aiden Bowers. Was not trying to send it up the field right away. Alvarenga. And a nice dummy from Tony Lopez. Comes to a wide open Kevin Garcia Lopez.
Ball sat up there for just a moment for him, but he couldn't get his feet underneath him.
And Samuel Goni just surrounded by white shirts. Definitely needed help. There's not much he could do. Now it's Salguero. Finding Fuerte to Lopez. Surely he'll be possibly looking for Kevin Garcia Lopez. And that cross actually took a deflection, but actually worked out for Cal United. Now it's Felipe Liborio to Villalobos. And we can see this LA Force team being patient and looking to take away as much space as possible. Christian Tieryoung, not heard his name too much so far. Villalobos, still Villalobos. There was some contact, and yes, a foul. Whistle is blown. A free kick for Cal United in a very, very favorable position on the pitch.
Villalobos with the mazy run there, and he earns the foul. About 20, almost 20 yards outside from the goal line. That'll be a good chance here for Tony Lopez.
And that's the question. Who will be taking this free kick? Will it be Tony Lopez? Or perhaps is it possible it could be, well, I was about to say maybe Felipe Liborio, but doesn't appear like it will be his free kick. But Tony Lopez has been that guy lately for Cal United. And here it comes, straight into the wall. The rebound from Liborio. And straight to Brandon Gomez, and he was able to make the save. That's a highlight we're going to want to watch over and over. So close to making it 1-0. And Brandon Gomez, calm, cool, and collected as always.
Lopez with the take off the wall. Liborio comes in, one-times it. Lopez really gets onto his side there really quickly and leaves the ball sitting there. That was a little awkward. Not Lopez, Gomez, right? He's the goalkeeper for LA Force. Brandon Gomez.
And Brandon Gomez, very familiar with this venue. He's played here plenty of times when he was the starter for Orange County FC of the NPSL. So the first really good opportunity of the night, can't be surprised, comes to the home side, Cal United. But Brandon Gomez making the save and making it look so easy. Villalobos attempting to keep it in play, does go out of bounds. Throw in for the LA Force. Alexander Ramos looking for an option. The header and deflection, possession taken away by Cal United. A long clearance from Jean-Antoine. Goes straight to Ramos. Looking for Samuel Goni, broken up nicely. Alvarenga playing it to the outside to Villalobos. Villalobos bringing it into the center of the pitch. Aiden Bowers finds Gonzalo Salguero. Back to Bowers. We're in the 9th minute of the match. Scoreless between Cal United and LA Force. I'm Art of Takari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Shinya Cadona with a good touch, but a nice defensive play. Momentarily, not out just yet. But Cadona, of course, another player that this LA Force team really has to watch very carefully.
Yeah, all 4 of the attacking players for Cal United are dangerous right now, and they're looking dangerous. And Cal United is looking increasingly comfortable on the ball here.
Felipe Liborio. Well, another touch finds Cadona. Will he want to take a rip? He plays it to the outside instead. The cross, a deflection, will be a corner kick, the first one of the game, and it goes once again to Cal United.
Referee played advantage there. Works out to get a corner for Cal United. Cal United starting to get those opportunities out on top of the box. Looking ever more like they're going to score here.
Cal United always dangerous on set pieces. Here it comes. The header from Lopez goes across the box to Christian Tieryoung. He's looking for an option. Salguero with the cross. Cleared away. Villon was expecting the ball to come to him more in more of a favorable situation, but a nice play from Villalobos. Now to the outside, Kevin Garcia Lopez. Nice defensive play from Edwin Rivas. Unable to keep it in bounds at the very last moment. And yes, another corner kick for Cal United. Looks like it will be Felipe Liborio to take this corner. We've played 10 minutes. And of course, the home team has been the better team with more possession. Here it comes from Liborio, headed away by Rivas. Abraham Villon dropping back. Cleared away. But not many options up top for the LA Force.
Some good sustained pressure there from Cal United. Keeping the ball away from LA Force, forcing set pieces, really getting an opportunity to put the ball on the front foot here.
Salguero finding Tony Lopez. Now Aiden Bowers. Seems like the center backs for Cal United have not been very busy today.
Nope, mostly in passing and possession. They haven't had to do too much defending yet.
And if you're Don Ebert, you've got to be happy with what you're seeing so far. It is 0-0, but he's got to be through. He's got to like what he's seeing so far. Now played to the outside. It's Tony Lopez. Can he win that battle against Kashani? He sent that ball into near the 6-yard box. Cleared away momentarily by Clayton Torr.
Cal United again cycling possession.
Villalobos does a good job fending off his opponents. The touch from Cadona will be a throw-in for the LA Force deep in their own zone.
A lot of this first 12 minutes has been played in Cal United's half.
And you can't be surprised with how this game has turned out so far. But from the standpoint of the LA Force, if this score can stay 0-0 for a while, I think it's going to be their focus. It's going to be their goal to want to wear down this Cal United team and really find those ways to burn them on the counterattack.
Well, if the other team doesn't score, they can't win, right? So there's something to be said for a 0 score line. Not for us so much, but for the team trying to get a point out of the road match.
Rivas to take the throw-in. He finds Ramos. Now Benitez. Good job getting the ball by switching the field to the right back, Kavi Kashani. Lots of space. He's got Cadona on him. Plays it back to one of the center backs, Clayton Torr. The two center backs for the Force surely will be busy today. Seamus McLaughlin and Clayton Torr. Off the chest of Rivas. To Goni. Back to Rivas. This could be trouble. The cross goes off the head of Bowers. Straight to Shinya Kodono. Kodono's pass. Off the foot of Koshani. Now it's Eduardo de Faria. We have not heard his name very much today. The pass from Koshani. There was a dummy play involved, but Koshani at the last moment unable to keep it in bounds. And these kinds of plays, this kind of build-up, it's these situations where the LA Force are able to save themselves. They really need to make the most of these opportunities because they have not had a lot so far.
Yep, Koshani tried to keep possession down there in the corner, but ended up destroying the corner flag in the process.
And it'll have to be repaired later. We'll keep an eye on that eventually. Bauer is looking for Christian Tieryoung, and that's who he has. And Tieryoung, surrounded by black shirts, does a great job finding Shinya Kodono. And we definitely see some similarities between these two teams. And I'm mainly talking about how the personnel moves around and shifts from different spots on the pitch in the midfield. And Rivas whistled for the foul. I think we can expect, I was about to expect a warning, but instead, referee did not like what he saw. And Edwin Rivas is the first person to get himself in the book today. And that comes in the 15th minute of play.
It's the first amarillo of the match. Edwin Rivas trying to get a little physical here against his former teammates.
And that's Gustavo Villalobos, who's still on the ground. And head coach of LA Force, Leon Scharf, cannot be thrilled because now you start to ask that question: is it possible that Scharf might be making a substitution? Well, is it possible he might sub out Edwin Rivas to start the second half?
Well, that's a consideration he'll have to make, but I think Rivas is going to stay on as long as he can play here. He's the only player really scoring goals right now for this club. You have to have his presence out on the pitch if you're Leon Scharf.
And whether he has the ball or not, he can cause trouble. And like I said, with the ball, absolutely. But even without the ball, he still creates problems.
Clearly, as Villalobos can attest to at the moment. Okay, where will the goals come from for LA Force, if not from Edwin Rivas?
Well, Samuel Goni does have 2 goals in the season. The other ones come from Jonik Pineda and Seamus McLaughlin.
That's right. McLaughlin scored his first ever professional goal in that win against Syracuse Pulse. I think the 2-1 win.
For the time being, we await. It would not be, of course, in Don Ebert's plans at all if Gustavo Villalobos had to be subbed out already. But the good news is he's walking, and that's good.
Yep, he's already replacing the team's, center man, right? Omar Nuno out for today's match. Villalobos, his substitute, his replacement. It would not be ideal for Don Ebert to lose that player, especially just 15 minutes into this game, 16 minutes into this game.
And from the standpoint of the LA Force, talk about dodging a bullet with the fact that Omar Nuno unavailable tonight. But on the flip side, when talking about Cal United, it's just another opportunity to see, to test the depth of this really talented team and see what they can do without their star poacher.
That's right. They have a lot of depth here at this club, and they're trying to exercise some of it today.
Shinya Kodono. Ball's moved to the other side of the pitch. Will be a throw-in for Cal United.
Only one other forward is dressed today for Cal United. That's Alex Vendemanican, the youngster.
Now we have Edwin Rivas on the ground. You have to wonder if this involves cramping. But either way, if he were to have to come off for LA Force, that would be a huge loss. And we are seeing some action on the LA Force sideline as well. You have to wonder, Is it gonna? Are we gonna? Is it possible we might see Chandler Hoffman make an early appearance?
It is very, very hot today, very, very warm down on the pitch, so cramping can be an issue. Use this as a recommendation to hydrate at home.
And this definitely is not looking good for the LA Force.
Rivas is down basically in the same spot that Villalobos was just 2 minutes ago.
Little bit of irony, and this will definitely add some stoppage time for the first half.
The big man is back up. He's limping, looks like straight to the locker room. And that will be it for Rivas as the fourth official starts to use the electronic substitution board.
And it looks like it's going to be Edson Alvarado coming on for Edwin Rivas. So a substitution taking place in the 19th minute. Definitely not part of the plan for LA Force, but that's the way this is. That's the card they've been dealt. And Alvarado, definitely a very good player off the bench for this LA Force squad.
It's a player who can get forward for LA Force, but will he cover up Rivas' defensive responsibilities?
Nice work from Salguero as the left back. Unable to keep possession. Now Kashani had it near the touchline. Does deflect off Salguero for a goal kick. And Edson Alvarado, another player who's very familiar with this venue, did have a stint with Orange County Soccer Club of the USL Championship.
Yep, no stranger to this building. He's put on some good performances.
Brandon Gomez taking his time with this goal kick, and you can't be surprised. We have played 20 minutes. It's been pretty much all Cal United. But is it possible for the LA Force to weather the storm? Sent up the field by Seamus McLaughlin. Goes straight to Jean-Antoine. Felipe Liborio. No surprise that he finds Gustavo Villalobos. Great job bringing it down. Looking for Christian Tirion. Broken up momentarily by McLaughlin. Off the head of Lopez once again. This Cal United team really making sure that they will win this battle in midfield. Now here's Lopez. Will he get the shot off? Attempted to the last moment. Cleared out. Cal United knocking on the door. And this clearance towards Samuel Goni. I want to say Aiden Bowers had a little bit of trouble with it at first. But nice readjustment. And Shinya Kadono just never gives up on any play, period.
Tony Lopez starting to get more involved in this match. Really had an opportunity there, had a half chance there for Cal United.
Bowers, finally Borio to Alvarenga. The shot from Villalobos deflected. And these LA Force players doing a good job at getting their feet in the right place at the right time, or at whatever part of their body it is.
Yep, sacrificing every body part at the moment. Cal United again cycling, possessing, just looking comfortable.
Salguero finds Shinya Kadono. Alvarenga. His pass to Villalobos. Does keep it in at the last moment. The cross going off the head of Clayton Tor. Now it's Eduardo De Faria to Samuel Goni. Now Cyril Reyes. Good job from this LA Force team maintaining possession. Andrew Benitez plays it to the outside to Ramos. Now Edson Alvarado, who just recently came on for Edwin Rivas. Still Alvarado to Ramos, back to Alvarado. The cross goes off Xavier Fuerte, and a corner kick, the first one of the match for the LA Force. You got to like this build-up play. that led to this corner kick.
That was a lot more build-up there than we've seen so far in this match from LA Force. And Alvarado already coming in, providing a little bit of a spark, right? Dangerous ball had to be dealt with.
And Alvarado plays it short to Abraham Villon. Back to Alvarado. Looking to cross it. Does take a deflection off the head of Liborio. Now will there be a chance for a shot from Eduardo? It was blocked. Now off the head of Samuel Goni. There was some contact. Whistle is blown. Will be a free kick for Cal United. And once again, we do have a player down. But not really expecting this one to be serious.
Maybe a little clash of heads there at the end. Play resumes anyway.
Jean-Antoine playing it short to Bowers. Next to Liborio. That's Kevin Garcia Lopez. To Fuerte. Cadono plays it back to Bowers. Now pushing up towards Salguero. Nice job from one of the center backs, Clayton Torr, forcing a throw-in for Cal United.
Torr really playing well these last two matches. Covering a lot of ground for LA Force.
The throw-in, there was some contact involving Gustavo Villalobos. Ball's kicked out of bounds, will be a throw-in. The official was not being convinced. Actually, there wasn't really many, pretty much, requests for a penalty, and that's the good news. Salguero with the cross. Goes a little too far. Was not going to be easy for Tony Lopez at the far post.
A little too much juice on that one.
And when talking about this game, if you really want to focus on how Cal United really is doing their job, we've hardly heard Abraham Villon's number called so far.
Right, he had that one pass where he may have or may have not been fouled here at midfield early in the match, and that's pretty much it so far. But he'll pop up again. Like I said, he's a pest.
Liborio.
In a good way. Pest in a good way.
Absolutely. Now Lopez. This could be an opportunity. He takes a shot from outside. Nice save made by Brandon Gomez.
Team leading 16th shot this season for Lopez Gomez. Kind of traps that one underneath and may have knocked the wind out of himself. May have, we'll say knocked the wind out of himself there.
At one point, I think I was even, it seemed as if he was almost like motioning towards his wrist. But the fact is, with one substitution already having to be made, with one injury substitution as already for LA Force, Edwin Rivas having to go off, the last thing this LA Force team would really want to see is a goalkeeper change.
And such a key component, Brandon Gomez, right? He's really stepped up his play this season for them, become a leader for LA Force.
And Brandon Gomez sends it up the pitch, looking for Villon. Of course, that was not going to be difficult for Fuerte to win that battle, especially when talking about height. Sent down the field. Not going to be any trouble. It will be a throw-in for the LA Force. Getting closer to the 30-minute mark. We are still scoreless between Cal United and LA Force. This is NISA Soccer Action, live on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Ardith Takari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in beautiful Irvine, California.
A little hot, but beautiful.
It's definitely a nice change as compared to the weather we experienced on Wednesday night in Covina. It was the day of thunder, lightning, and rain. Basically, it was a day of thunderstorms and humidity.
Right, first day of summer, we get thunderstorms. There you go figure. But today, not a cloud in the sky.
Well, you got to love it. Southern California for you. Kavi Kashani take the throw in. Finds Samuel Goni. Now it's Eduardo De Faria. Playing it to the outside. To Edson Alvarado.
LA
finds
LA Force attacking in numbers far more today than they were on Wednesday night.
And I can't be surprised. It's got to be their strategy at times. They can't just be defensive. They can't continue to keep on being defensive. They need these 3 points very badly. And if they don't change anything up, it's not very late. If they pretty much play just for 1 point, that's not going to get them anywhere. Whistle is blown for a foul free kick for Cal United. And there has not been, so much physical play thus far, but you got to assume it's going to increase as time goes on.
That was a pretty hard foul against Codono by Benitez. Real shoulder into the middle of the back. Actually snapped Codono's head back a little bit.
Abraham Villon was not agreeing with the call, but either way, the decision has already been made. The whistle has already been blown.
Villon calling for it to be played both ways, or called both ways. You can hear him from up here.
Ball's back in the play. Gonzalo Salguero finding Xavier Fuerte. Plays it to the outside to Tony Lopez. Back to Fuerte. We're seeing the pressing increase a bit from the LA Force.
Press is on from LA Force right now. Villon's leading the way. Look at him all the way up top.
The wind picking up a bit. Alvarenga looking for an option. Whistle was about to be blown. Nice job by the official to play advantage. Tony Lopez to Villalobos. All the way back to Jean-Antoine. Alvarenga to Liborio. Now Villalobos. Gotta like this one-touch ball movement from this Cal United squad. Villalobos looking to switch the field. That's exactly what he does. Attempting to get the ball to Alvarenga. Broken up, but now taken away by Salguero. A pass to Codono. The shot did take a deflection. The rebound put in, and it's 1-0. Cal United. This goal coming in the 31st minute. The fans finally with something to cheer about.
Just a play that broke down for LA Force. Cal United picks up the ball, charges down the field, and looks like the shot got a final deflection past Brandon Gomez. We're going to have to check it on the replay here. But just a quick counterattack, right, from Gonzalo Salguero. Able to put on a finish. And Gomez got a paw to it, but still wasn't enough.
And from the standpoint of the LA Force, that is a frustrating goal to allow. I mean, there was a little bit of traffic. Gonzalo Salguero was able, as a left back, able to move right in, actually looking like a winger, to be honest.
Right, all the way up into the attack there. Short distance shot. Was able to beat both a defender who was there on the ball and Gomez near side, near post. And it's 1-0 in the 32nd minute now.
And like I was saying, it's a goal really to focus on, and the fact that LA Force cannot be thrilled at all with, of course, it's losing 1-0. Yes, obviously can't be happy at all whatsoever. But it was not, at times looked like half a chance at best. There was a little bit of traffic, some trouble clearing the ball, and that's, of course, frustrating. But, of course, when talking about this game, you can't say that Cal United doesn't deserve to be in the lead. They've had the majority possession and all the run of play as well.
And all the shot on goal opportunities as well. Yeah, that just a broken down clearance in the back from LA Force, and Gonzalo Salguero able to get in behind, find opportunity and space, and a shot on goal. And again, it's an early lead for Cal United here in the first half and an early deficit for LA Force.
And how will the men in black respond? A lot of time left to be played. Let's not forget, when looking back to this past Wednesday, LA Force fell behind in the 2nd minute of play against Chattanooga FC on the goal scored by Marcus Naglestad. And LA Force finally equalized early in the second half through Edwin Rivas, and a nice defensive play from Xavier Fuerte to break up that move. And Tyrion tackled from behind. Easy call by the official. Foul committed by Seamus McLaughlin will be a free kick for Cal United.
Muscled down to the ground by McLaughlin there. McLaughlin picks up the ball and runs it all the way up to halfway. Displeased with the referee's decision. It's getting more physical out there, and that was a great 1v1 tackle by Xavier Fuerte to keep LA Force out of the goal area.
Bowers to Liborio. Cal United got to be feeling good. A 1-0 lead. That goal coming in the 31st minute from Gonzalo Salguero. Lots of football, lots of soccer left to be played. Will we see LA Force change things up a bit and, you know, basically push more and attack more to try and find that equalizer? Or are they going to try and stick to their game plan for the time being? I don't think they really want to go into the half. I don't think they want to push up too far and go into the half and find themselves going into the half down by 2 goals. That pretty much might as well be game, set, and match.
I can tell you right now it's a lot easier if you're Cal United to run, right? You got a little extra boost of adrenaline. Taking a lead always does that. And for LA Force, conversely, it's a little bit harder to run now. You know, you got to work even harder to try and get something out of this game.
And Kashani making the cross. Gotta like the move so far from LA Force. It's in Alvarado, moving around a bit from the left side to the right side. Alexander Ramos had it for a moment. Now the ball finds its way to Saibo Reyes de Oliveira. But that move, the pass attempted for Eduardo de Faria goes actually straight to Jean-Antoine.
And Saibo Oliveira for LA Force, big man in the middle. Played a good ball, just nobody to run onto it for him.
And we have not seen a lot of that so far from LA Force, but we're definitely going to have to see much more of that if they want to have a chance to find an equalizer. And now the pass from Tyryoung to Salguero. He still has it, still Salguero. He takes a shot, goes a bit over the bar.
Feeling that confidence right now.
And it will be a goal kick. We did see Salguero motioning to the official that there was, you know, maybe a fingertip deflection, fingertip save by Brandon Gomez. But you really got to like what you're seeing from Gonzalo Salguero as the left back. At times, to me, he's even coming off looking like I want to say, dare I say it, a winger or even a striker.
Yeah, look at him. He's all the way up top still, and Tyryoung played a beautiful ball for him to get onto. And he played that ball forward for him, one touch. He was looking at a cross, but decided to take it himself, and here they come again.
And maybe another opportunity, and that's a good ball. And sent across, and it's into the net. 2-0. Do you believe it? Looks like that question was answered earlier. And the LA Force taking some chances, and now it results in another goal for Cal United, this time in the 36th minute.
It was Christian Tyryoung this time with the last touch. Tony Lopez set him up for an easy one past Gomez. Gomez had already committed out toward Tyryoung. We're going to see the replay here in just a moment, but well-worked goal for Cal United to take a 2-0 lead.
And Christian Tyryoung.
Villalobos to Tyryoung, or to Lopez to Tyryoung. Cool as you like it.
And looking at that replay, you know, this is a phrase we're going to use probably on more than one occasion today. They made it look so easy. And from the standpoint of, you know, when talking about the LA Force, you know, it's interesting what I was saying earlier. Are we going to see LA Force take some chances? Well, they actually did. Now they find themselves down 2-0. Right. And the fact is, you don't want to tell yourself, hey, let's go into the half down 1-0 because that sounds like such a good idea. But it's these chances they took. Now they really are finding themselves, you know, in a really big hole. Yes, at times people say a 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer. But Cal United playing at home, they really are looking very confident now. It'd be very tough, very difficult, in my opinion, to see LA Force claw their way back in this one.
Oh, yeah, and Cal United, anytime they get a goal from Christian Tyryoung, that's almost a guaranteed victory. They got to be feeling pretty good that their longtime captain, goal scorer leader, aside from Omar, is able to get on the scoreboard today.
Now it's Kavi Kashani. We're in the 38th minute. There's bound to be at least 3 minutes of stoppage time for this first half. The Cal United Strikers FC with a 2-0 lead. First goal coming in the 31st minute from Gonzalo Salguero. And the second one in the 36th minute from Christian Tyryoung. Don Ebert's got to be feeling good on that Cal United bench.
Yeah, this is what he was looking for out of their first half for sure. Get some guys involved, get some different goal scorers involved, and take a lead into half.
Now the question here for the LA Force, is it possible for them to pull one back before halftime? If they're able to, that will definitely give them some much needed momentum.
Cal United will have to resist the urge to kind of play deeper and let LA Force play with the ball a little bit more. You got to continue to press and not let those opportunities in behind happen. Otherwise, the score can shift, right? 2-0 score line is the most dangerous in soccer. Right? Things can change very, very quickly. They get one on the board.
Abraham Villon had it for a moment. Eventually finding the ball found its way to Alexander Ramos. To McLaughlin, now Clayton Tor. To Kavi Kashani. A dummy play from Alvarado. Samuel Goni. Once again to Kashani. Now it's in Alvarado. Swings it around to McLaughlin. These Cal United players letting the LA Force players have some room on the outside. And that's a good ball from Villon to Cyril Reyes. Had his back to the goal momentarily. And Reyes instead plays it back out to Clayton Tor, one of the center backs. Now it's in Alvarado taking a rip from far out. Not much trouble for Jean-Antoine, but earlier I did mention having to needing to test Jean-Antoine from long range. We did see that, but did not get it on target.
No, and it wasn't that far off, and that was a good effort. But yeah, you're not gonna change Antoine's point of view with many long range shots. As tall as he is, you're gonna have to break him down, and that's how most of the teams score against Cal United, is they're able to get in deep. You're not gonna beat Antoine from outside 30. It's just not gonna happen. Not this season, anyway. He's dripping confidence right now, Jean-Antoine is. I don't think there's any issue from outside against him this season right now.
And Felipe Liborio finding Kevin Garcia Lopez. That's Gustavo Villalobos. It's Cal United team playing with plenty of confidence. Not just confidence, also a 2-goal lead. Alvarenga looking for Tyrion, just a little too far. Easy one for Brandon Gomez.
Tried to find Tyrion in behind there. Just not the right timing, not the right setup for Liborio to hit him.
Brandon Gomez continuing with the ball at his feet. These Cal United players not looking to press. You can't be surprised with a 2-0 lead. They're in no hurry to want to speed things up. Cyril Reyes finding Eduardo de Faria. A nice turn. He's wanting to play it to the outside towards Abraham Villon. Broken up nicely. Now back the other way. Here comes Cal United. Alvarenga is able to find Tony Lopez. Can this be another opportunity? Still Lopez. Will he be able to take the shot? Pushes it a bit too far ahead of him. Goes out of bounds for a goal kick, and some fans in the stands felt like they saw some contact, but this referee is not very, whistle happy and wanting to award a penalty.
There may have been a little bit of contact there, but Tony Lopez definitely looking for a favorable call, perhaps. LA Force need to find a little bit of life here before halftime.
No matter what it is, it could be a pretty goal, a beautiful goal, or even an ugly goal, just something to get them back into this match. Now Samuel Goni, nice stop playing it to the outside to Edson Alvarado. The cross from Alvarado, headed away. Ball finds its way back to the feet of Alvarado. Now Kavi Kashani with the cross, but an easy one for Jean-Antoine. Rolling it out quickly to Tony Lopez. Kind of wonder for a moment, was he waiting for a timed run from Christian Tyrion? Shinya Kadono Finding Gonzalo Salguero. Got his name on the score sheet earlier in the 31st minute.
Cal United just looking to hold on to the ball here, see this half out. They don't want any more live action in front of their goal.
Now, of course, that goal for Salguero, his first of the season. And what a game he's been having so far. Came pretty close to scoring his second of the match as well.
Comes the 10th different goal scorer this season for Cal United with that goal.
Now that long ball, looking for Tieryoung. For a moment, it was almost a problem for the LA Force backline with Brandon Gomez, making sure to put a stop to any kind of scoring opportunity for Cal United. A long throw from Gomez finds Kavi Kashani to Edson Alvarado. Earlier is playing on the left side, switches to the right. Cyrus once again to Alvarado. Looking for one of his teammates to check to him. Now Andrew Benitez to Ramos.
This is more like what we saw on Wednesday. LA Force playing with the ball in and around, but can't seem to find a ball into the penalty area.
Kashani to Alvarado. Alvarado switching the field to Eduardo de Faria. Still Eduardo. He does have Ramos on the outside. The cross from Ramos. And it's Villon who's able to bring it down. Sends it across the penalty area. It's not out just yet. A shot going well over the bar. But you got to like the pressure being provided by the LA Force.
There's a dangerous ball back in from Villon. And it turns into a shot from LA Force here. Quick turn and a blast. Didn't see who took that shot.
That was Eduardo de Faria.
Eduardo, the Brazilian.
Yeah, we have a couple of choices on how to identify him. Villalobos playing it to the outside to Kevin Garcia Lopez. And there will be 3 minutes of stoppage time. So one thing is for sure, the LA Force have got to stop the bleeding. They're down 2-0. And a goal in stoppage time from Cal United, I think you could really be able to say, would officially put that nail in the coffin for this match.
Yeah, he'd put the icing on and the cherry on top and all of that.
And now taken away almost with Samuel Goni. He felt that he was fouled at the last moment. The referee said, get up.
Goni taking an opportunity to try and put himself between him and the defense. And referee said, nah, not so much.
Gonzalo Salguero. Want to say he was brought down by Alvarado. Referee says play on. Instead, actually a throw in for the LA Force. It was taken by Alvarado. So these last few minutes, we have seen some more possession from the LA Force. But this goes back to what you said earlier, Dennis, and that is Cal United with a 2-0 lead. They know that this is the lead they need to maintain and take into the halftime locker room.
Oh, good pick by Tony Lopez.
And Tony Lopez taking that one away. Getting to Tieryoung. Can he finish this one off? He turns it around, and it's into the net. What a finish by Christian Tieryoung to make it 3-0. Unbelievable. And it all started with Tony Lopez picking the pocket of Cyrus de Oliveira. What a first half for Cal United Strikers FC.
Just a sweet, sweet takeaway from Tony Lopez to pick Cyro and find Christian Tieryoung. Tieryoung did the rest, beating Gomez and finding that really acute angle on the shot. Here it is.
Once again, the assistant number 2.
Now, when looking at that replay, you have to ask you at first, before you look at the replay, you're asking yourself, how was Tieryoung able to get that into the net? But with his finishing skills, hey, piece of cake for this young man.
Tieryoung's flexing on him right now. Really, really cultured finish past Gomez, and 3-0 here before halftime, just like we were mentioning about a minute ago. If they're able to get the third one, you might as well write the game story on this one. This one's practically over at this point.
And a phrase that I've used on many occasions before when calling NISA matches, LA Force will not be saved by the bell. Amazing how things turn out, and that was the truth. They had to stop the bleeding, but the fact is, stopping the bleeding would have been, hey, let's go into the half, we're down 2-0, let's regroup, make some changes, change some things up, in terms of tactics, and take it from there. But now you're down 3-0. To be a fly on the wall, what do you think will be said in that halftime locker room of the LA Force?
I think they're going to be looking for Band-Aids and bandages, whatever they can to stop this bleeding. I don't know if all that's going to be available to them, though. Already without their leading goal scorer, Edwin Rivas, it's going to be a tough second half for LA Force to try and get anything out of this. And again, all the Band-Aids in the world aren't going to stop Cal United from scoring goals here.
And you have the LA Force players very upset at the official for blowing the whistle to signal the end of the first half. They felt they should have been given perhaps a throw-in or maybe a corner kick. But down 3-0, arguing with the referee right now is not going to solve anything. They have bigger problems to deal with.
Yeah, they're going to have to talk in the locker room here and try and sort this out. Cal United, on the other hand, all handshakes and hugs going into the locker room. A tale of two teams right now.
And we'll be back for the start of the second half in about 15 minutes. Once again, this is NISA Soccer Action live at 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Ardith Dakar along with Dennis Pope. The halftime score, Cal United Strikers FC 3, Los Angeles Force 0. Hello everybody, welcome back to Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. NISA soccer action, the SoCal Derby. Cal United Strikers FC with a 3-0 lead over the LA Force. Now going into this game, if anyone thought this was going to be a tough game, well, I think a lot of people are a little surprised by the scoreline.
Yep, Gonzalo Scalguero got Cal United going here in the 31st minute with a goal. And then Tony Lopez sets up 2 more for Christian Tierjung. First one. Just a tap in.
That first goal for Tierjung, yes, a tap in at the 36th minute. And let's not forget about the third one, of course, the second of the game for Tierjung, coming in the 2nd minute of stoppage time, able to get around Brandon Gomez and finish it off with his left foot. Just a beauty. I know I've said this before on more than one occasion. Cal United, they make it look so easy, and Christian Tierjung obviously made everything look so easy, and you got to love that celebration as well, too.
Yeah, Tony Lopez, gone from scorer to distributor, leads the team with 6 goals this season in NISA, and has put on 2 assists today to set up Christian Tierjung. And a 3-0 lead so far for Cal United. Really, really dominant first half overall.
And going back to a conversation you and I had before the match, when talking about the fact that Omar Nuno being unavailable to Cal United, I remember saying that this was a situation where you say, yes, it's not good that you're missing your top goal scorer, but you also look at it as an opportunity for others to step up and, to show the depth of this team. And that's exactly what we've seen from this Cal United team. They're missing Omar Nuno, but to them it's like, next man up, someone else has got to make a play. And they have scored 3 goals And we kick off the start of the second half. What will we see from Cal United in the second half? Do we want to see? Are we expecting to see more of the same, or are they going to maybe want to tone it down a bit just to hold on to this clean sheet?
Yeah, that's a good question. What will they have talked about at halftime? How will they approach here this last 45 minutes, knowing that they're up 3-0, it's comfortable, and they just have to prevent LA Force from gaining too much momentum. Obviously, you don't want to play prevent defense, right? That's a bugaboo in too many different sports. But at the same time, you can maybe take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit.
We're underway for the second half. Can't be surprised if we see LA Force changing things up a bit. Another substitution that has been made for the LA Force. We do see Chandler Hoffman on the pitch.
Yep, the Hoffman, he's back. Played Wednesday night against Chattanooga, got a couple of minutes, had a half chance, almost scored actually. And he's playing, start the second half of this game. And they need his offensive punch, his firepower, one of the American lower division's all-time leading scorers. Chandler Hoffman looking to try and reignite his career this season with LA Force.
And Tony Lopez, we hear his name on many occasions. He's been scoring goals lately, but today he's been the distributor, and what a game he's been having so far.
Yep, really showing his adaptability here within Cal United's offense. He can score them, he can set them up. He's doing it all right now for Cal United. They need it. Really having a career year. He's got to be, in the conversation for NISA Best 11.
And one of those substitutions that we're talking about, of course, it appears that it was Chandler Hoffman coming on for Cyril Reyes de Oliveira. And we do see Cyril Reyes at times playing, of course, as a defensive midfielder. But this substitution being made by Leon Scharf clearly shows that they got to change things up in midfield, bring a little bit more firepower to the attack.
Right, taking out a defensive midfielder and replacing him with a striker, and a very formidable striker at that, Chandler Hoffman.
And that's something we'll have to keep an eye on, because if Chandler Hoffman going in as a striker means Samuel Goni slides back to a center attacking midfield position. But don't be surprised if you see Hoffman and Goni switching back and forth. Sometimes we'll see Goni playing up top as a striker, but I think it's pretty clear, especially to the Cal United bench, that Chandler Hoffman is in there as that lone striker up top.
Yeah, he's the point of the spear right now. Goni drops in and says like the false nine, right? And far more comfortable for Goni, I think, too, as well, to play the role in behind the top striker and kind of be that second guy.
Now back the other way, here comes Cal United. Villalobos with plenty of space. A nice job cutting it back in. Will he want to take a shot with the left? He does, but puts that a little high and wide. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Got underneath it instead of get his laces onto it. Just lofted it up over the goal.
And we're looking at the personnel on the field for the LA Force. Still see Abraham Villon as a defensive mid, teaming up with Andrew Benitez. And like we were talking about earlier, Hoffman up top as the lone striker. And for the players on the wings, Edson Alvarado playing on the right side, Eduardo De Faria on the left, and like we said, Samuel Goni playing as a supporting central attacking midfielder.
It's really good to see Chandler Hoffman back on the field, right, participating after his long injury delays. To have a role again with LA Force, even if it is as a super sub, it's just fantastic to see for him.
And that ball sent up the field towards Christian Tieryoung. Plays it back to Alvarenga. Alvarenga faking a shot. Looks like there was a little bit of contact.
I think we can agree the referees swallowed his whistle today.
I think that's a fair assessment, but either way, he's letting these players play, and that's for sure. And another substitution as well that we see from LA Force is that Eric Villatoro has come on to replace Kavi Kashani at the right back position. No changes, though, when talking about the center backs. We still remaining, of course, we see the same center backs, Clayton Torr and Seamus McLaughlin, and it's not very customary at times. You don't really want to be changing up your center backs. You really want to keep those same players pretty, consistent.
That is a pairing. They have to play off of each other. They have to know each other. So you're right. You don't want to mess too much with your center back pairing. But wings are like running backs. There's one round the corner coming up. So Villatoro, no slouch, came in on Wednesday night, did a fair job. Actually gave LA Force a little bit of a spark. He teamed with Rivas on that goal. So he's capable.
And correction, with the substitution, it appears Kashani remains on the pitch. He is slid over, correction, to the center back position, and actually it's Villatoro who's come on to replace Clayton Tor. So maybe a bit of a surprise in the substitutions being made by the LA Force.
Yeah, Tor played so well in the first half. I'm a little surprised that he's off.
And a header off the cross, not out to safety just yet, in front of the net, headed away. Will there be a chance for a shot from Benitez? You want to say he could have had a chance to take a rip, but that cross from Eduardo De Faria, and we did see a header. There was a little bit of traffic in the penalty area. This is something that LA Force is going to want to continue.
Yeah, you got to be very watchful of it. LA Force trying to find that space in behind, and they're looking for Chandler Hoffman.
And Edson Alvarado on the tail end of that foul will be a free kick for the LA Force. And you can't be surprised if we see the frustration pick up a bit from this LA Force team. And they had you definitely can call it a disastrous first half, but it was more so disaster the latter part of the first half. I mean, they went the first 30 minutes, being 0-0.
Right, it was all after the last 15 minutes of the first half when the goals are scored. So you're going to have to see an improved pace from LA Force and an awareness that they are down 3 and things are pretty dire at the moment.
And we talked about them needing the 3 points. Well, they're going to need 3 goals just to even have a chance at getting a point. Samuel Goni taking the pass from Edson Alvarado. Now Abraham Villon to Eduardo, back to Villon, playing it to the outside to Ramos. The cross broken up by Fuerte. Ball comes all the way to the captain, Seamus McLaughlin. He swings it around to the other center back, Kavi Kashani. And of course, Eric Villatoro, who's recently just come on as the right back, and a nice move from Edson Alvarado. Keeping possession, finding Eduardo. There was some contact. The LA Force players asking for a whistle, but instead now a whistle is blown. Will be a free kick for Cal United. And I must say, I think the LA Force players are not a very big fan of this official tonight, but I think we can attribute this more to the fact that, being down 3-0 just does not make things better, period.
Well, specifically there, Eduardo was on the ground. Whistle hadn't been blown yet, and then he played the ball while on the ground, which is a dangerous play. The referee had to stop.
Well, the fact is, getting upset about the official is definitely not going to be helpful at all whatsoever. Let's see what the LA Force decide to do. A lot of soccer has to be played. You don't want to look at this as a situation as being down 3-0. We got to get 3 goals very fast. First and foremost, LA Force have got to find that first goal and just take it from there.
Yep. And the referee can't score goals for you, so there's no business in spending too much time with them.
And that long ball to Hoffman, playing it back to Eduardo. Still Eduardo. Now it's Samuel Goni. Back to Hoffman. The cross, broken up on the slide tackle from Kevin Garcia Lopez, will be a corner kick for the LA Force.
Some good movement there from LA Force. Chandler Hoffman getting involved finally.
We are in the 54th minute. Can the LA Force find a way to get that first goal of the match that they really, really need? And that corner kick, I want to say kind of an in-swinger, not much trouble for the Haitian sensation, Jean-Antoine.
So trustworthy in the back.
And the long throw from Jean-Antoine to Gustavo Villalobos, who was able to keep it in. And Villon not agreeing with the call. And the frustration definitely picking up for these LA Force players. And you can't be surprised, but as always, got to be keeping your cool. Nice header from the captain, Seamus McLaughlin. Fuerte doing a good job getting involved. Alvarenga playing it to the outside to Gonzalo Salguero, looking like a tank with that size and speed as the left back.
Yep, started with Fuerte in the back, cleaning that up, clearing it out, and Salguero out there on the left, just making trouble out there for LA Force.
Salguero to take the throw-in. A 3-0 lead for Cal United. One thing we could say for sure, that should have been said already a while ago, the force is not strong at Championship Stadium.
This is not the way for LA Force.
Another throw in from Salguero. He finds Tony Lopez. Nice defensive play from Eduardo to Villon. Now to Samuel Goni. Unable to keep up that move. Broken up. The ball found its way to Tony Lopez. Cardano playing it back to Bowers. Now to Jean-Antoine. Antoine able to come way off his line. Looking like a sweeper, actually.
Hey, when you're not involved in much of the game, you got to get involved. So he's coming all the way out 40 yards off his line to come play defense.
Definitely agree. We all remember those days being the goalie. Your team's winning by a lot, and you're just telling yourself, hey, you know, I'm getting kind of bored back here. Come on, someone create some kind of situation for me. But, of course, from the standpoint of Cal United, no, that's definitely not what they want.
They want their goalkeeper to have a nice, easy day.
Kevin Garcia Lopez finding Alvarenga to Villalobos. To Garcia Lopez. Once again, back to Villalobos. Now Leonel Alvarenga switching the field to Gonzalo Salguero.
You see that comfort level again, Cal United. Just moving the ball around.
And you got to like what you're seeing. Don Ebert has got to like what he's seeing too. I'm sure you'd like to see this ball movement continue and culminate in a 4th goal.
Yeah, you want to do something with all this possession, right? Well, you got to find the final touch, but right now, spread them out, open it up, find a run, get Tony Lopez the ball. It's got to be part of the plan.
Cleared away by Jean-Antoine. We're in the 58th minute of the match. 3-0. Cal United leading the LA Force. This is NISA Soccer Action live on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. I'm Art Sakari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play. Ramos plays it back to Kashani. Kashani was attempting to get the ball to Villon. Instead, elects to find Edson Alvarado instead. Villatoro to Kashani. Now Abraham Villon. It's been kind of quiet today. He would love to change that. That's Eduardo de Faria. Lots of 7s involved. Number 77 to 7. And that is Villon playing it to the outside to Ramos. Back to Villon. It's been a tough day for the LA Force. At times they have the possession, but the possession doesn't always lead to some really good scoring opportunities.
LA Force without a shot on goal so far.
Alvarado switching the field. He finds Eduardo de Faria. Will he be able to get a shot off? He does. Sent in front. And a header, and it's into the net. But the flag comes up for offside. Hold on a minute. No, it will not count.
Well worked there from LA Force, but the referee's flag is up on the far touchline.
And looking at the replay, we do see the ball was sent in by Faria. There was another touch, but I'm pretty sure it was not the final touch. It was that touch right before that led to the header from Faria. Well, either way, it still remains 3-0, and some good disciplined play from the Cal United backline.
Yep, way to stay composed and compact there in the back line for Cal United. May have escaped, you know, a little bit of trouble there by staying so organized.
We're approaching the hour mark, and had that counted, you would say that was definitely a very good. You definitely would say that was good timing to find that first goal. Lots of soccer left to be played, but you don't want to find yourself, from the standpoint of LA Force, you don't want to find yourself being down 3-0 and saying, oh, okay, it's only the 75th minute. I mean, that first goal needs to come very soon if they want to have any kind of chance to make this exciting.
It takes a long time to build up sometimes with some goals. So anytime you get a goal here in the second half is going to be a good time for LA Force. But you're right, it has to come soon. The more time ticks off the clock, the more pressure mounts for them.
And a nice turnout of support at this championship stadium. Of course, for the home side, Cal United Strikers, these fans are really enjoying what they're seeing. The contingent of LA Force fans, obviously, not very thrilled. Samuel Goni finding Eduardo de Faria. Might have been a little too far for him at first. Now to Villon. The cross going off the head of Fuerte. Chandler Hoffman to Ramos. The cross did go off of Kevin Garcia Lopez at the last moment. Nice heads-up play, you want to say, from Jean-Antoine. But actually was unable, it actually wasn't able to keep it in bounds, so instead of a throw-in, will be a corner kick for the LA Force. And this one will be taken by Eduardo.
Some sustained pressure now from LA Force.
Here it comes from Eduardo. Not a lot of elevation on that one. Almost cleared away at the last moment. Eduardo has it back. Now Samuel Goni. A good ball to Eduardo. The cross. A little too much on it. Will it stay in bounds? Salguero was getting close to it for a moment, but sent out of bounds on the slide tackle from Edson Alvarado. Will be a goal kick for Cal United.
LA Force trying to capitalize. They know that the Cal United is sitting back, kind of waiting for them to make a move. They need to make that move. They thought they had a goal just a few minutes ago. It was narrowly offside. Trying to climb back in this game still, but they need more the ball, more possession. Need to take the ball away right now from Cal United.
And of course, Cal United would love to see some more of Christian Tieryoung. Boy, would he love to get a hat trick in this one, in the SoCal Derby. Aiden Bowers finding Tony Lopez. Salguero to Liborio. Xavier Fuerte. Always strong on the ball.
So much experience today. Cal United's back line. Like I mentioned, these guys have been playing together. The three of them, minus Aiden Bowers, have been playing together 5-6 years now, going back to 2017, 2016. And again, you add Aiden Bowers, who's just, so terrific on the ball, pacey, although he lost it right there.
And taken away.
Announcer's curse.
Could this be a counterattack opportunity? And to Samuel Goni, can he keep it in bounds? He was able to. And that one going straight to Jean-Antoine. And you have to look back at that counterattack opportunity, as that's one you really you'd love to have back. And there's plenty of space on that attack as well too. And not much coming of it.
Yeah, really good opportunity there for Goni, but played it a little too far out in touch, and he had to chase it down. Wasn't able to get a clean shot on Antoine. Antoine, easy pick for him.
Shinya Kadono. Always dangerous with his speed as well. Leonel Alvarenga. He's got the space. And he knows where Gonzalo Salguero is. The cross from Salguero goes off the foot of Eric Villatoro. Will be a corner kick for Cal United. We are seeing some action on the Cal United bench. Can't be surprised. A 3-0 lead. Surely Don Ebert's going to want to bring on some fresh legs.
It'll be a good opportunity to see some young players get a chance to get some guys in the game again before they take that month off for July.
And looks like it will be Felipe Liborio to take this corner kick. Is he going to want to play it short? Or is he going to want to whip this one into no man's land? Here it comes from Liborio. Looks like it went off the head of Eduardo de Faria. Will be a throw-in for Cal United on the opposite side of the field.
They'll be in no hurry to take this throw-in.
Absolutely a 3-0 lead in the SoCal Derby. Kevin Garcia Lopez taking the throw in. He's got Tieryoung. Not a lot of space for Christian Tieryoung, but a good job getting the ball back to Kevin Garcia Lopez. And that clearance goes straight to Chandler Hoffman. Now Samuel Goni Quickly finding Abraham Villon. When he's got space, he can make a lot of things happen. Does slow it down a little bit to find Eric Villatoro. Back to Villon. Almost lost the ball to Alvarenga. Benitez finding McLaughlin. Ramos. Looks like Ramos was on the mood to try and win that 1v1 battle against Shinya Kodono. The captain McLaughlin. Can he help get something going for this LA Force team? Down 3-0. We've played 65 minutes. This is NISA Soccer Action live on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Art of Sakari along with Dennis Pope, proud to be bringing you tonight's play-by-play from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. McLaughlin finding Edson Alvarado. Not easy to get past Gonzalo Salguero, but he does win a corner kick out of it.
When do we see a sense of urgency from LA Force?
And hold on a minute, the referees say we got some substitutions. So first, looks like Christian Tirion will be coming off, and also Gustavo Villalobos. And those players coming on, Shane Camerly will be making an appearance for Cal United, and Alex Vedamanikam. So what a night it was, so what a game it was for Christian Tirion with a brace. Villalobos coming off. The experienced players getting a rest. And yes, they are replaced by Alex Vedamanikam and Shane Camerly. Now corner kick for the LA Force. We are in the 68th minute.
A couple of big-time substitutions for Cal United to bring a couple of very, very young players. Shane Camerly, just 17. Alex Vedamanikam, just 18.
Now here comes the corner kick from Alvarado. Looks like it almost went off the head of McLaughlin. And then it was Kashani who had a chance. The LA Force supporters asking for a handball. But of course, VAR is not available, so that's that.
Ball was definitely sent into the mix there, and there was a ball into some bodies there, but the referee decided, nope, didn't see enough of it.
Now Vedamanikam, who just came on, finding Tony Lopez. What a nice move that was. He's brought down, will be a free kick. But you gotta love the footwork from Tony Lopez.
It was almost a very, very tasty move there from Lopez. Get some head smacks from LA Force because they knew they knew that they were beat.
Getting closer and closer to that 70th minute mark. LA Force definitely have their work cut out for them. Ball's back in the play after that momentary stoppage. Alvarado finding Andrew Benitez. Alexander Ramos. Once again, the Benitez back to Ramos. Ramos was feeling the pressure from Shane Camerly. And that move broken up momentarily. Ball did find its way to Abraham Villon. And these fresh legs have just come on for Cal United, like you mentioned, Dennis. Younger players coming onto the pitch. They definitely have got to be excited to be here and obviously would love to add to this deficit.
They're here to run. Use those young legs and run, 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 run. Apply that pressure. See if they can create a turnover. Pressure creates diamonds after all, Art.
That is correct. Did not really remember that from my science class, but thank you for bringing that up. Now it's Eduardo. Wanting to play to the outside to Alexander Ramos, broken up by Kevin Garcia Lopez nicely. Clears it straight to the center back, in one of the center backs and captain, Seamus McLaughlin. Kashani finding Villatoro, a little bit too high for him. Alvarado wanting to take possession, and he does. Referee says play on. Samuel Goni, will he want to take a shot from outside? A nice give and go with a couple touches, but not much culminating there as the ball went straight to Jean-Antoine.
Antoine, nice and calm, comes out, just picks up the ball, and then hurls it 50 yards down the field.
Yes, and he found Vedamanikam, and way too much contact from Seamus McLaughlin. He gets himself in the book in the 71st minute.
I believe that was a horse collar.
Horse collar, something like that. All we could say is definitely unnecessary, and Vedamanikam probably a little confused, saying, what sport are we playing?
Right. That doesn't happen very often, that level of neck wrangling. Looked like Homer Simpson on Bart almost right there.
And for the time being, we do have a player down. From here, I want to say, yes, it actually is Tony Lopez. And I think it's safe to say that he would definitely deserve a rest after what a good performance he's had today. But we know he's a competitor. He wants to win. He wants to be on. He wants to be that midfield general on the pitch as long as possible.
He's played that role this season to perfection for Cal United, and certainly he'd like to finish this game. But also he knows 20 minutes left. The result right now is looking pretty comfortable.
Now with Lopez on the ground momentarily, might as well say this is some form of perhaps an unofficial cooling break. It has been hot here in Southern California. But as always, definitely a good level of wind in Irvine. I don't have an explanation for it, but like I said, I want to add it to a list of windy cities up there with Chicago and San Francisco. I mean, who's going to pay attention to that? Probably no one, but that's beside the point.
It's pretty easy breezy here compared to Chicago. I've been to Chicago a couple times where it's so windy and so cold it hurts to breathe. It's not the same here. And I think while we have this break, we'll take the opportunity to say congratulations to NISA Vice President of Operations Ron Gilmore and his wife Meg. This weekend they're celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary. And as anybody who knows Ron, you know that you've heard about his wife Meg, and he's an extremely blessed man. He knows it. We wish them congratulations on 30 years of marriage. Congratulations, Gilmores.
Yes, congratulations as well to the Gilmores, definitely. And a couple substitutions being made for Cal United. Joseph Perez coming on for Shinya Kodono, and we also saw Guilherme Farias coming on for Tony Lopez.
Farias for Lopez, kind of a like-for-like switch. Can do a lot of the similar things that Tony can do.
Now Eric Villatoro looking for Edson Alvarado. A little too far. Alvarado is looking back at Villatoro, not too thrilled with him. And you know, when you see these kinds of things happen, you know, these are the kinds of moments where you say these players are a little out of sync, not on the same page, and that of course is the least of the problems right now for the LA Force.
And Cal United, conversely, you know, going into that break, they're going to feel awesome about this. They're level right now, leaders in NISA, you know, everything to play for, and just a, you know, unbelievable season to start. So they have to find ways to keep this going. LA Force has got to find a way to change their season. You know, they can't continue to exist in this manner where they're giving up goals and having to chase every match.
And Abraham Villon whistled for the foul on Leonel Alvarenga. Will be a free kick for Cal United, as we are now in the 75th minute of play. Cal United Strikers FC maintaining their 3-0 lead. All 3 goals coming in the first half. First from Gonzalo Salguero in the 31st minute, then Christian Tyryong striking twice. First in the 36th minute, and then in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Definitely that second one from Tyryong got to be considered the dagger.
And with Omar out today, they needed a big performance from Christian Tyryong, and they got it.
Now Guilherme had it for a moment, wanting to play to the outside towards Joseph Perez. LA Force wanting to get something going on the counterattack. Definitely a lot of contact on that play where Eduardo De Faria hit the ground a bit. Easy call for the official. Got about 15 minutes remaining, plus maybe a couple minutes of stoppage time. I mean, if the score remains 3-0, I really can't see the fourth official wanting to add that much stoppage time. Brandon Gomez feeling the pressure for a moment. Clears it, goes straight off the head of Aiden Bowers. And Vedamanikam able to take possession, crossing it in front. A shot, want to call it even maybe a sitter for Guilherme Farias. Puts that one wide with his left foot, so close to being 4-0. But I think Don Ebert is asking, how is it not 4-0?
Great play from Alex Vedamanikam to get some space and play that ball into the middle. Very unselfish play. He could have had a shot on his own. And then Farias, just a little bit off the foot, maybe a little bit mistouch. I think Tony Lopez might have buried that. I'm just kidding. It's a good look from Farias, though. Good attack. Keep LA Force on their heels a little bit for Cal United. Try and finish out this last 15 minutes.
And Salguero to Vedamanikam. Now Alvarenga to Joseph Perez. Now Vedamanikam. Got plenty of energy. Gotta like these fresh legs that have come on, and that's a good ball to Shane Camerly. Will he be able to get a shot on net? The save made, the rebound, and it's into the net, 4-0. This time it's Guilherme Farias saying, I'm not gonna miss this one. Cal United with a 4-0 lead. This one coming in the 77th minute.
All substitutions for Cal United on that one. Vedamanikam, Shane Camerly, Farias, and they're dancing here in Irvine.
Gotta love these celebrations. A 4-0 lead for Cal United. And I think the LA Force players just want this one to be over with already.
Number 25, Guillermo Farias.
Now looking at the replay, we see Camerly. Gomez got a touch first, but that rebound too easy for Guilherme, and he was not going to botch that one.
Gomez did well to keep Camerly out, but there was nobody there covering Farias on the back post.
Off the field, number 11, Andrew Benitez, stepping on number 22, Eder Guerrero.
So we're seeing a few substitutions for the LA Force now. Benitez coming off. He's replaced by Eder Guerrero. Then Jonathan Garcia replacing Eduardo De Faria. So it looks like both coaches wanting to empty their bench.
Garcia's seen another substitution appearance for LA Force. Also came on late versus Chattanooga.
So it appears there have been just two substitutions for the LA Force. Down 4-0. You know, these SoCal derbies, these NISA SoCal derbies have been pretty entertaining. You know, previous seasons there's been a couple of 1-1 draws, but this season it's been all Cal United. And talk about having bragging rights. They've got them.
Today has not lacked for entertainment from Cal United. They've scored some very, very nice goals today.
And Kevin Garcia Lopez looking for Alex Vedamanikam. Pretty sure the flag would have gone up had the ball gotten to the feet of Vedamanikam. So those substitutions, Eder Guerrero and Jonathan Garcia, came on to replace Andrew Benitez and Eduardo De Faria. And that ball sent in towards Jean-Antoine. I want to say he might have had a little bit of trouble with it for a moment.
A little communication breakdown maybe from Bowers and Antoine, but Antoine picks it up, no problem. We haven't talked about Cal United's uniforms yet today. Very nice, and the numbering, obviously celebrating Pride Month. Very nice look from Cal United today.
Now Eder Guerrero with the cross was able to keep it in at the last moment. Now Felipe Liborio to Guilherme. Recently just got that fourth goal in the 77th minute. Now Shane Camerly with plenty of speed. And will he be able to connect with Alex Vedamanikam? Brandon Gomez coming way off his line, able to clear the ball almost out of the stadium. Throw in taken quickly by Vedamanikam to Guilherme. And a foul. Whistle is blown. Will be a free kick for Cal United in a pretty favorable situation. And from here, hard to see who exactly it is on the ground. We have now entered the 80th minute, the 81st minute of the match.
It was Villon, though, committing the foul.
It looks like it's Alvarenga who's up now. Now the question is, will it be Felipe Liborio or Guilherme Farias? Either way, expect one of these guys to put this ball on net.
I think we're going to see a shot here for sure.
And Brandon Gomez, a very good keeper, but this is a game he definitely will want to forget very, very quickly. And here it comes from Liborio. Sends it into the penalty area. Not so much trouble momentarily, but now Vedamanikam. And he win that battle against Eric Villatoro. Alvarenga. Felipe Liborio once again. He finds Vedamanikam. The cross off the head of Seamus McLaughlin. It will be a corner kick for Cal United.
A little bit of a desperation header there from McLaughlin, just trying to clear out the play as Cal United continues to build here into the late going. Looking increasingly offensive.
Looks like it'll be Felipe Liborio to take the corner kick.
Cal United already the league's leading scoring team overall. Is adding to that lead right now.
And that one went off the head of Guerrero. And now Kevin Garcia Lopez faking a couple of shots. And Bowers even getting in on the action.
Oh yeah, it's Bowers' time now with the lead.
And taken away, this could be trouble once again. Now Guilherme, will he be able to take a shot? That is back to the goal for a little bit. Now Gonzalo Salguero stepping up to Shane Camerly. Now Guilherme, and just look at the way this Cal United team is able to control the ball. They have a 4-0 lead, and they are playing like a team that wants more.
Just making LA Force chase right now. Total control, it seems.
Vedamanikam to Kevin Garcia Lopez. Once again to Vedamanikam. Looks like Vedamanikam and Kevin Garcia Lopez are just, looks like they're enjoying themselves in practice. Now Camerly to Guilherme. Still Guilherme. Plays it to the outside. The shot! A laser, I want to say, goes a little high and wide from Joseph Perez. Will be a goal kick for the LA Force.
Perez gets into the attack there. He's able to find a shot, find some space, cracks it left-footed, just a little bit high and wide.
Brandon Gomez plays it short to Kavi Kashani. Back to Gomez, and Gomez doing a little bit of dribbling. Little kind of yeah, we'll call it some risky play there. Risky business, better yet.
Pretty dicey there for Gomez.
He's not afraid to handle the ball at his feet. It looks like he was taking a few risks there, must say. Villatoro pushing the ball up the field. Was looking for Hoffman. Not much doing there. Goes out of bounds, will be a throw in for Cal United. Looks like we will see another substitution from Don Ebert in Cal United. Not sure if it's going to happen right at this moment, but it is coming, that's for sure.
Well, he's been perfect with his substitution pattern so far today.
And this time we will see Gonzalo Salguero coming off. And he will be replaced by Caleb Sue.
Substitution for Cal United strikers in the 85th minute of play. Stepping on the field, number 20, Caleb Sue.
So Caleb Sue coming on for Salguero, and I must say I like the way Don Ebert switches things up because, as we know, Joseph Perez came in to play as left back, and for a decent amount of minutes, Gonzalo Salguero was pretty much playing as a defensive midfielder. So I guess we could consider him consider him as one of those gadget players or utility players.
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys for Cal United. I think Don likes it that way. Guys can slot in different places, and they can play a little bit of total football that way. You mentioned earlier the rotations for both teams. Every team, both of these teams like to shape shift a little bit, and they're comfortable doing that. Cal United, when they can plug in players just left and right, it makes it a lot easier.
And Shane Camerly playing it back to Jean-Antoine. We're in the 86th minute of the match. Cal United Strikers FC with an unassailable 4-0 lead over the LA Force. This is NISA Soccer Action, live on 11 Sports, brought to you by TVEMAX. Art of Sakari, along with Dennis Pope, proud to bring you tonight's play-by-play. Time is winding down. Only question here is, will we see another goal? Or better yet, will we see another goal from Cal United? Because with the way the second half has turned out, earlier on there was a decent amount of minutes. There was a small amount of minutes where LA Force was coming up with some decent moves, but once again, it's been all Cal United since then. Now Caleb Sue starting the counterattack. He's got Vedamanikam. Will he take a shot? He does, and he scores! What a rip into the far upper corner of the net. Brandon Gomez didn't see that, where that one was going. 5-0. That one coming in the 87th minute.
Alex Vedamanikam, usually so unselfish with this play, and that's what he's known for this season, is really trying to set up his fellow players, and this time he decides it's my turn. Takes a right-footed crack. Just sets himself up just so nicely. He wants it the whole way, sees it, isn't afraid to unleash it, and Brandon Gomez, I'm not really sure if he saw it coming. Might have been a little blocked in play there in his vision, but nevertheless, 5-0 Cal United.
Now, I think at this point, the appropriate question to ask is, not so much to ask, I think we just got to find ourselves saying that it appears as if these LA Force players are just shell-shocked. When you find yourself down, 4-0 at that, and of course, we've seen how these games have gone in recent seasons between these two teams in the SoCal Derby. We've not seen such lopsided scores. And now when you see this, yeah, I think shell-shocked is the appropriate term to use.
I think that's absolutely correct, and it goes back to the goal right before halftime. You let in a goal right before halftime to go down 3-0. There's no coming back from that. So even coming out for the second half, your energy's down, your heads are down, and it was only logical that they would allow at least one more goal in this half, and they've allowed 2. And Cal United, here they come again.
And once again, that goal coming in the 86th minute from Alex Vedamanikam. What a rip, what a blast. Plenty of other words we can use to describe it. And like you said, a very unselfish player, but that time you just know he was thinking, hey, this is my turn. I want to get myself on the score sheet.
That's his first goal of the season.
And the whistle is blown. Will be a free kick for the LA Force. But right before that, I really got to like the footwork from Caleb Sue. And, he basically started that counterattack that led to that goal for Alex Vedamanikam.
Caleb Sue, former Inland Empire FC player, another NISA affiliate who's earned a solidarity payment for his former club. Now playing for Cal United. On the other side, Jonathan Garcia, number 99 for LA Force, also a former Inland Empire FC player, also earning a solidarity payment for his club.
And Chandler Hoffman dropping back a bit to get involved. And when looking back at that last goal from Vedamanikam, I think from the standpoint of the LA Force, there's got to be a lot of things to talk about after this one. And a term I have not used very much recently is ball watching. And these LA Force players, defenders, got to be much more active, have more of a sense of urgency. I get it, you're down, it's not going to be easy to come back, but that level of intensity has got to pick up, where you've got to be saying things like, hey, you're going to beat us, but you're not going to embarrass us.
That's right, and you have to take it one of two ways here. You either choose to take some lessons away from today, one of them being we have to be more aggressive, we have to find a way to attack if you're LA Force, right? Or be a goldfish, right? Short memory, forget about this one, it's over, it's done. It's almost 90 minutes, get out of here. Right? Get a good meal on a Sunday. Find something positive to take away from today, because this last 90 minutes have not been it for LA Force.
And we could see from here, From our view, the fourth official is ready to bring up the number of minutes for stoppage time. Looks like it's going to be 3. And I actually think it'd be a good idea for the fourth official to tell the main referee, just say, hey, get this one over with, please. And now let's see, will we see another one from Guilherme? The cross in front. Sue with the pass, a shot. That one caught by Brandon Gomez. So close to possibly being 6-0. Looks like that time it was a shot from Alvarenga.
Caleb Suh has been right in the action here since he's come on. It's got a good substitution performance from him.
And it doesn't matter that Cal United has a 5-goal lead, has this game locked up. There's still time remaining. This is the SoCal Derby, and you know what kind of advice, what kind of talks Don Ebert has with his players, and that is they are to show no mercy. Keep playing the score. The cross from Ramos, unable to keep it in bounds, goes out of bounds, will be a goal kick for Cal United.
No mercy indeed, Cobra Kai style today.
Not much, we have not seen much of sweeping the leg, but yes, definitely not showing any mercy for sure. Shane Camerly finding Alvarenga. Now to Guilherme Farias. Scored the 4th goal of the night. He's got McLaughlin on him. Now it's Alvarenga. Playing it to the outside to Vedamanikam. The cross. Actually more like a shot it looked like, but going straight to Brandon Gomez.
Good catch by Gomez.
And he quickly slices that one out to Abraham Villon. Villon looking for some space. Instead, finds Eder Guerrero. Will the LA Force do what they can to try and spoil a clean sheet for Jean-Antoine? Ramos to McLaughlin. Now to Villon. This might be one of the last chances of the match for the LA Force. Played to the outside to Alvarado. Still Alvarado. Nice move momentarily, but good readjustment from Felipe Liborio as the ball comes to Vedamanikam.
So
and
strong.
He takes a shot from pretty far out. From our view, it was momentarily looking like it would have been a pretty good shot, but that one going well wide, also being carried in the wind.
Yeah, I think the wind caught that one quite a bit. Vedamanikam, how about that, taking a shot from halfway? Confidence on this kid right now.
The official did look at his watch. Goal kick for LA Force. Brandon Gomez not in a hurry to take this one. Like I was saying earlier, the LA Force players just want this one to be over with. And there is the final whistle. The SoCal Derby ends a 5-0 shellacking in favor of Cal United over the LA Force. What a game this was, and these fans definitely got their money's worth.
I don't think we expected a 5-0 result out of today's game, but Cal United will certainly take this and be happy as heck going into their extended month-long vacation here in July, having known that they've outscored LA Force, their Derby opponent, 7-0 so far this season.
Now looking back at those goals, it all started later in the first half. First it was Gonzalo Salguero, then Christian Tieryoung added one in the 36th minute, and then also made it 3-0 in the 2nd minute of stoppage time in the first half. I think a lot of people were expecting that maybe the second half would be a little more calm. Well, I guess you could say it was a bit, but Cal United adding 2 more in the second half. One of them from Guilherme Farias, and the final one, a blast from Alex Vedamanikam. What a shot that was. Lots of goals tonight.
A couple of substitution goals in the second half for Cal United and a 5-0 victory. That's their 5th consecutive shutout this season.
And you go back to those previous victories. Before this 5-0 win, it was a 3-0 win at Albion, and prior to that, home victories against Michigan Stars, 2-0, and a 1-0 win against Flower City Union. And the one before that, a 1-0 win away from home against Bay Cities.
Next game's up for Cal United. They won't play again until August when they travel to Michigan and Chattanooga and Maryland for games. Big 11-day road trip coming up for Cal United. Conversely, LA Force has got a couple of games coming up. July 2nd at home against San Diego Albion at the Covina District Stadium. And then Saturday, July 9th, the next weekend, they're going to go up to the Bay Area to take on Bay Cities FC.
Once again, the final score from Championship Soccer Stadium at Orange County Great Park in Irvine, California. Cal United Strikers FC 5, Los Angeles Force 0. For Dennis Pope, I'm Arta Thakari.
Good night, everybody.